So number one, whatever God sends you, wherever he sends you, go. Number two, this is another lesson that we learn. Whatever God promised you, believe. How many of you have heard a great promise from the Lord? You're waiting on that great promise. Whatever he promised you, believe. Some of you aren't raising your hand. You need to ask God, Lord, I need you to come through. I need a promise from you. His word is loaded with promises. If you're fighting today for sickness in your body and you need healing, there's promises in his word for you. If you're having relational issues, there's already promises. They're already in here. Just unwrap them. If you have an attitude problem, if you have a belief problem, promises are in his word. He's made great promises, but here's what we want from him: great results. God always comes through. Whatever he promises you, believe it. I want you to just do this. Put your hand over your heart. Say, I believe. I believe. I believe. Let me tell you, if that's weird for you and awkward for you, you don't believe. You have a belief problem. If we can't, in God's house together, filled with God's people, with the social pressure of Christians that believe what you believe, and you still go, I can't say it, that's weird. I don't know if I believe. Listen, if you want God to reset the course of your life this year, if you want to see God's hand do something so supernatural in your life, and you can't just put your hand over your heart and say, Lord, I believe, we need to fix that right now. Lord, I believe. Lord, I believe. Lord, I believe. Lord, I believe. Somebody shout, Lord, I believe. What are you believing for? 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 God's gonna do it. But whatever he tells you to do it. Wherever he tells you to go. Yeah, but how do I do it? Because do I have the money first? When I have the money first? Just say, Lord, I'll do it. If it's his will, it's his bill. Where he guides, he provides. I got to tell you this funny story. It's funny now, it was not funny then. My very first CD project, I don't remember the date because they've all become a blur. It was my very first. We had done one in the church in our old building, and it was cute. I'll play it for you. One day I'm gonna play it for you. Some of you have it, please burn it. I think I have one copy, but I'll let you hear it. But even though it was not what I wanted it to be, I still had to start because God had said, do this, Mary. Do it. Now, everybody around me was saying, you really need to do this. But my fear, my intimidation, my comparing to everyone else, am I trying to be like this one? Am I trying to be like that one? I need to know that God spoke. Well, I knew God had spoken to me. It was clear because I had a gift and I needed to put it. God was responsible. This is what I learned. God was responsible for how far it went. That was not my responsibility. My responsibility was just to do it. And then not count the measure of success or failure based on how far it went. That was not my job, that was God's. And so we had done this little project in-house. I think it cost us like $10. I don't know, it was something cute we did in the house. And so now I'd written quite a few songs and I needed to record at a higher level. And here's some of the backstory. My twin sister Martha was really exploding in the gospel market, like really exploding. She was one of the top 5 gospel artists that year. And she kept telling me, come out here, Mary. God wants to use you. You have great songs you're just sitting on. You need to do this. Well, guess what the biggest roadblock was? Money. Money will always be the biggest roadblock. You will never have enough money. But money is not something you produce, it's something that God gives you.